Fight man in boxing, Blair the Flair Cobbs. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
All right, man, Blair Cobbs getting knocked out by Alexis Rocha in the 8th round. Let's talk about it. Check out the fight reaction playlist for more videos like this, right? And had the double screen going. I had the Memphis game going with Gonzaga, and I was flicking back and forth to the Rose and Berlanga card. Rose and Berlanga in the ring, or Rose in the ring so far. So been going back and forth. Next time I get a TV, I'm gonna get one with a picture, at least one of them. But nonetheless, man, this fight it was written all over in the first couple rounds. Cobb gave up a lot of ground to Alexis Rocha, and that's not how you beat Mexican fighters. All right, you can't. That's not how you beat aggressive fighters. You know what I'm saying? You know them quote unquote Chavez Triple G style, the guys that come to you. He just gave up ground, and you know he gave up ground to Steve Rose, but he didn't have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? You know, I want to say he running, but it's boxing is moving with a purpose. Running is just moving not to get hit or get out of the way of danger. And he was doing a lot of running. You know, even though he was setting up a couple shots versus Southpaw, he was, you know, he still couldn't line that left hand, that right hand up, and Alexis Rocha found his right hand. All right, he found his left hand, and he couldn't, you know, anybody else in there a little bit more experienced and potent, that fight wouldn't have went 8. I don't think it would have left the 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Rocha just kept his jab. He picked his shots, you know, and he stopped him. But I think if Rocha would have, you know, been throwing more combinations and been attacking the body a little bit more and dropping the left to the body and doubling up the hook and come upstairs, he'd have been in a better position to win this fight. But he young, he was very patient. You know, he picked his shots. He didn't go out there punch himself out. And, you know, Cobb, he didn't take his advice from Freddie Roach. He should have been on the front foot and pushing Alexis Roach's back. That's how you got to fight them. And if you are going to move, you can't just move backwards and give up ground. You got to move laterally. You got to step over and turn them. You know what I'm saying? He was better off fighting, you know, he's better off fighting Rocha in the phone booth. You know what I'm saying? Keeping everything tight and high, and his chin kept flying up too. So he made the day's work pretty easy, or night work pretty easy for Alexis Rocha. Once Rocha started finding that left hand, he just didn't have none. His movement wasn't enough. You can move your legs, but he wasn't slipping shots, even though he had this artificial, you know, upper body torso movement. He moving his shoulders like he want to slip a shot. It was more warming him up. You know, he wasn't slipping a shot or punching with Alexis Rocha. It was a lot of ways to win this fight. You know, he could have timed Alexis Rocha throwing that jab or throwing that 2 and punch with him. But like I said before, you know, Blair Cobbs tried to throw a couple body shots. He didn't have enough to keep him off of him. And that's when he should have been stepping to him and pushing him back. Then we would have had a fight. Because Rocha is able to generate power off momentum. You know, he able to step with you and he able to hunt you down. And eventually your movement going to stop. You know what I'm saying? No matter how good you is, you're going to slow down and need a second win. And, you know what I'm saying? He dropped him once. I think it was like the 6th, 7th round, and he stopped him again. And the referees are already looking at it. You know what I'm saying? So what he could have done different was push him back. And if you can't push back a guy named Alexis Rocha, you know, got a Rashidi Ellis beat in this last fight, you can't push him back. How you going to compete with Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford? You know, how you going to have an opinion on your peers, you know, of the strongest welterweights? And, you know, you couldn't handle Alexis Rocha. You know, and he should have been pressing forward. He trying to stick and move and use his legs, and Rocha didn't have to work for nothing. Rocha could have went 15, 16, 17 rounds because he didn't have to exert the energy. He knew how to cut the ring off. He knew how to be patient. He knew how to pick his shots, not punch himself out. He knew how to keep the perfect distance when pressing Cobb. And Cobb did all the work. He moved and depleted his energy reserves. All Rocha had to do was just know how to cut the ring off, know how to find his 1-2, and that was it. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. Blair the Flair Cobb get knocked out by Alexis Rocha in 8. Shout out to Alexis Rocha. Yo, check out the fight reaction playlist, more videos like this. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video quest. You hit the Linktree link and take you to Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, Anchor, the whole 9. Linktree link in the description. Make a financial donation, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. And I know the Earl Sexuals not going to let Blair Cobb get any room to breathe.